So I welcome you to Let's Talk Real Estate with Oyedepo John. And today we'll be discussing one of the important aspects of real estate transaction in Nigeria. Today's topic is 6 land important documents you should know before buying land in Nigeria. But before I go on, I would like to state the Land Use Act of 1978 that states all land belong to the government and is being controlled by the state government. But fortunately, this law recognizes the ancestral owners of lands in Nigeria. So by the virtue that all lands belongs to the government, we have two categories to this. The first being a global acquisition and the second being a committed acquisition. So when we say a land is a global acquisition, it means government owns the land, but there is no purpose. Government doesn't have any plan for the land. So it means the community or the ancestral owners can take back the land, but there is a process it will go through. The second category, which is committed acquisition, it means government has set aside that parcel of land for a particular project. It means it has been committed to a particular project. Okay, this kind of land cannot be bought and it cannot be transferred back to the community or the ancestral owners. Okay, so you know a committed acquisition is a no-go area. Okay, government has set aside those parcel of land for a particular project. It could be a primary school, a secondary school. It could be a primary health center or an hospital. It could be a road. Maybe government want to construct a road through that land. Any project at all by the government will still come to play. It could take years, but government is still coming to do that on the land. So it's a committed land, no-go area. Okay. Now, when we say a global acquisition, it means yes, we understand this land is under government acquisition, but it can be transferred back to the village or the community that owns the land initially. And the process of doing this is what we call excision in process. I believe you might have been hearing the word excision in process. It is not a document, it is not a title. It's just a status of the land to tell the public that the villages have applied for the land to be excised. That is, for government to give back the land to them. That is where we've been seeing excision in process. Okay, so after applying for excision and it has been approved by the government, it means the land is now free. So we say this land has government approved excision. That is, the land has been excised. So what is excision? Excision is one of the land documents that we have in Nigeria. It means setting a part from a whole and releasing it back to the owners. Okay, once the land has been excised, it means it has been free from government acquisition. The community can now use it to do whatever they want with it. Okay, so the next stage is once government have excised this land and given it back to the community or the ancestral owners, government will want to announce this. So it will now be published in an official government gazette. Okay, just to tell the public that, see, this land used to be mine, but I have released it back to the original owners for them to do whatever they want with it. So when this is done, once this is published, we said it is the land as gazette. It has a published gazette. Okay, so gazette is another land document you should know about. Peradventure you've been wanting to buy a land and you heard they say, what is the title? You heard gazette. So that is what the gazette means. So the next one is certificate of occupancy. A certificate of occupancy is a land document issued by the state government to lease a particular land under the state to you for a period of 99 years. Remember, all lands belong to the government. What happened after 99 years is still a thing of debate till today. This will take us to the next land document on the list, which is governor's consent. So, what is governor consent? Let me explain with this illustration. If I have a land with C of O and I want to sell to, let's say, Mr. John, and after selling to Mr. John, I will hand over to him all the documents pertaining to the land. So I've transferred the land, the property, the right to Mr. John. But Mr. John's name is not on the land document. So in the eyes of the law, it means I am still the owner of that property. So to transfer the right to Mr. John, which is the new owner, he needs to go and perfect the title in his name. So what is he going to do? He's going to process a governor's consent. Why? Because a land cannot have two CFOs. You cannot process a CFO on a land that already have a CFO. Okay? So basically what you do is to tell the governor, I have bought this CFO land from Mr. So and so. I am now the rightful owner of this property. So the government will just stamp and consent to the ownership transfer of the property. That is what we call the governor's consent. This is the highest of the land document we have, especially in Lagos. So I said 6 documents. I've mentioned 4. The remaining 2 is survey plan and deed of assignment. These are not land title per se, but they are as important in any land transaction deals you find yourself. So, what is a survey plan and what is deed of assignment? Survey plan is a document that measures the boundary of a parcel of land to prove the identity of the land, as it clearly marks and defines legal boundaries of the land. So when buying a land, a survey plan is necessary as it gives accurate measurement of the parcel of land that you've bought. It also gives the description of the land, so you will not buy a land that is in the right of way of the government or a land under government acquisition. Survey plans are mostly registered at the Surveyor General's office, and we call this a red copy. So when you have a registered survey plan, that means the land is free, because you cannot have a registered survey plan on the government acquisition, on the land under government acquisition. So this leads to the last but not the least document, which is deed of assignment. Deed of assignment is properly called agreement. When it comes to real estate, a deed of assignment is important because it shows the details of ownership of transfer from the seller to the buyer. This document is very important as it shows you the date when the transfer is made and also contains the details and description of the said properties. So after getting a deed of assignment, it is very important for you to lodge it at the land registry. So after getting your deed of assignment, it is necessary for you to lodge it with the government so as to have it registered. That is when the transaction is deemed legal in the eye of the law. So we have these 6 important land documents you should know before buying any land in Nigeria. I'm sure we've learned one thing or the other in this video. Can you like this video? Drop your comment if you have questions, and don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon beside it, so that next time I'm going to drop informative content like this, you're going to be the first person to see it. Thank you.